So removing values actually requires us to use a list method. Now remember, we talked about string methods last time. Remember, a method is like a function, but it belongs to a certain type of object or data type. So we have the string methods like upper and lower. Remember that? Now we are working on some list methods. So when we have a list, pop is one of those. Push and pop go way back in programming to the early days. Almost every language has some kind of variant of push and pop. Pop takes, if it takes an argument in Python, it doesn't always take an argument, but it'll allow you to specify the index of the item you want to remove from the list. If you leave it off, the default behavior for pop is to remove the last item from the list. Whatever is last, it'll just pop. And pop does two things. Pop's really useful. It's a do something and a return something method. What it does is it removes the item. But it also returns something. It returns that item that you popped. So I can take whatever that is, it captures it, I can put it into a variable and save it for later, or I can print that out, which is really useful because now I can pop something. Okay, so pop is really useful, and you don't have to capture what it returns. You could always just let it go, and it will be just disappeared. But let's say I've got a list of employees, Bill, Dave, and Joe. Let's say I want to terminate an employee. So str terminated is li names dot pop, and I'm going to, let's pick on Dave some more. Poor Dave. Okay, so I pop that. If I want to now, I can say print li names. Okay, so once I do that, you can see Dave's gone. But the other thing I can do is maybe I want to give some feedback to the user about who was fired. So I can say print, and I'm going to use my F string here. Oops, that needs to be after this. Let's move that down here. X, paste. I'm going to use my F string, and I'm going to say str term was fired for str term. Okay, so when I run that, okay, now you can see when I pop Dave from that list, Dave goes into str term, which gets substituted into here. So Dave was fired, poor Dave, and then remaining employees is Bill and Joe. So that's how you would remove something from a list. Now there's another way to remove something from a list. I can just use the function del, and I can use the array or the list with the index of the thing that I want to delete. That does not return anything. It just disappears it. Okay, so it'll just delete it. There's another reason other than the fact that it doesn't return anything that I don't really like using the delete function, and that is if you forget the index, guess what it deletes? Everything. That whole list is gone. So if that list was somehow valuable to you and you don't have a backup, gone. So delete is, but if I forget, there's no, because this is a method that belongs to a list, I can't pop without including the list. And pop only ever deletes one thing. Even if I forget the index, all it does is delete the last thing. So it's a lot safer to use pop, even if you don't want to capture the result. Just use pop. Most of the time, That's what I would recommend.